One of the weirdest videos I've ever seen in my entire life on Jimmy Kimmel. This is Jimmy Kimmel reacting to Donald Trump winning the presidential election. The beginning was like 2 minutes of him joking around saying that he's going to leave America because Donald Trump says he has a hit list, an enemy list, and he is on it. Well, hey man, that's what you did. That's what you bred, man. He breeds hatred. He spews hate 24/7, Jimmy Kimmel. That's the kind of hate that you're going to get back, guys. You know, when you give hate, man, you get hate. All right, you understand? You have to be actual motivational, positive, inspiring, not hating on the people, guys. He's on the loser team. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. I love you all. Let's go, guys.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I hope you're all well. You know, I spent a lot of time over the last 17 hours or so thinking about what I would say tonight, what there even is to say tonight. And there's nothing. Good night, everybody. Let me tell you, that was the worst time.
He could leave, really. I would all love that.
Taco Tuesday of my whole life.
Taco Tuesday of my whole life. We had the choice between a prosecutor and a criminal, and we chose the criminal to be president of the United States.
A lot of black people, guys. Super racist lady Kamala Harris was.
States more than half of this country.
Voted for the criminal who's planning to pardon himself for his crimes. I guess this election wasn't rigged. That's weird, though, right? I mean, he said it would be rigged. He said it was being rigged while people were in line voting. Isn't it remarkable that this time the fix wasn't in? Last time the Democrats cheated. This time we chose not to, I guess.
Cheated 100%, guys. You know, I've never heard of election fraud ever. I've never heard of anything like that going on ever in my life before he started talking about it. But yeah, kind of it was a bit weird as well. Wait for this, guys. He starts crying. This grown man starts crying.
I don't know. This Donald Trump, is like the Emperor from Star Wars. He's old, he's evil, and he keeps coming back with no reasonable explanation whatsoever.
Literally nobody's clapping. Those claps are flipping. Those claps are put in by the teleprompter. One person clapping. Two people. Everyone else is just looking at them. Look, nobody's clapping here. Look. This is hilarious, guys. This is complete nonsense. Oh, okay, now people start clapping. Okay. Like half the crowd is clapping.
Just when they finally scrubbed the last of the ketchup off those White House walls. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Babe, be honest. Last week, did you guys send that monologue to a Republican like I asked you to? Those of you who are hate watching this show right now, wanting to watch me suffer, you will be happy to know that there was no joy in Mudville last night. I was all over the place.
How is a grown man so affected by the presidential election? Like, just be happy, dude. Like, this is so weird, bro. Like, this is so weird, bro. Like, I'm not affected by anything that anyone else does, honestly. This is just like not masking, guys. And quite honestly, guys, I don't know what the big deal is, man, honestly.
Watching these long lines in every
city. And I think, oh, that's beautiful. Democracy in action. Next minute, there's a reporter chatting with some bro at Arizona State who said he voted for Trump because Kamala didn't go on Joe Rogan's podcast. And I'm like, where did I leave my passport?
But it's true. She didn't appeal to the younger people. I mean, we're going to break this down with logic and facts, not emotions, guys. Like, she didn't appeal to the younger people. So that's why she didn't get elected. I mean, just straight up and honest, guys.
My kids were very upset.
You know, every once in a while when something bad happens, we let our kids curse for 30 seconds. We tell them they have 30 seconds to say any word they want, and all the words they choose are curses. So at breakfast this morning, my wife tells our daughter, Jane, who's upset. She said, you know, you can do it. And just as she starts the cursing, our 7-year-old Billy comes down the stairs. He's wearing a black Adidas tracksuit and high tops and a pair of Ray-Bans. He looks like the fourth member of Run DMC. And he just hears the tail end. He says, what's going on? And my wife says, well, Donald Trump won. And he goes,
his kids swearing. I mean, this guy isn't even a good comedian, guys. I'm not gonna lie, he's just like not a funny comedian. I mean, the level of standard of Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno, and they're not even for Donald Trump, guys. Jay Leno was not pro Donald Trump, but those guys were funny. This is not funny, guys. Yikes.
Almost made losing the election worth it. I got a lot of texts yesterday, all day and night, from anxious friends and family and coworkers, and I have to say a lot of them involve diarrhea. Diarrhea was at an all-time high in America yesterday, which made me wonder, what is it about me that makes others so comfortable sharing that information? Like I'm Princess Diarrhea or something here, but
issues taking place right here.
President Biden
watched the action from the White House last night. He was squinting at the TV and trying to change the channel with an old calculator he thinks is a remote. But I was thinking about him. It must have been weird for him to watch that. It was supposed to be him on the ballot. It's like that movie Final Destination where the guy has a premonition and gets off his flight and then watches from the gate as the plane that he's supposed to be on explodes. It was like that, but with diarrhea.
What? What the hell are you talking about? This guy's just saying nothing, bro. This is unbelievable.
President Biden called Donald Trump today to congratulate him and to invite him to the White House to discuss the transition and maybe watch a little Matlock starring Kathy Bates. Kamala Harris called Trump today too. She conceded.
This is from the 70s and 80s, bro. What is he talking about, bro?
Discuss the transition and
maybe watch a little Matlock starring Kathy Bates. Kamala Harris called Trump today too. She conceded and then explained what the word conceded means. Trump's like, Trump said, that means you're stuck up, right? Conceded? And she did it because that's how it's supposed to be done in America. There's an election and then they count the votes. And if the Democrat loses, they call to congratulate the winner. Harris also gave a concession speech at her alma mater, Howard University. She
Donald Trump lost right there.
said it's going to be okay.
The light of America's promise will always burn bright. And she's right. You know, the reason America is the greatest country in the world is that even a simple garbage man and fry cook from McDonald's can one day be president of the United States 2 different times. And I think that's inspiring.
Bro, I've yet to laugh.
Poor Tim Walz.
Did he actually say anything funny? I haven't watched Jimmy Kimmel in years. You guys just suggested me to react to this. I haven't watched him in years. I honestly don't even know who the guy is, bro. Like, Americans love talking about Jimmy Kimmel. I've never seen him, or I don't know, guys. I don't really know too much about this guy. I've seen him like a couple of times on TV, on YouTube. It's like he does like interviews with people, but it's never him in the interviews that's interesting. It's always just the guest that's interesting, right?
Right now, he's in his backyard playing a very
solemn game of cornhole by himself. In Nevada, they had a problem with ballots from thousands of young voters whose signatures didn't match the ballot because they don't know how to sign their names. Well, they did tell us not to give our kids iPads, and we didn't listen. But at least they tried. I do want to say thank you to everyone who voted, even if you just did it to get a bottle of water from Paul Rudd. Thank you for voting. And it's very important, if you're in line, stay in line. Do not leave the line. Overall, the voting itself went relatively smoothly, despite a number of bomb threats that were called and emailed into heavily Democratic precincts in Georgia, Arizona, and Michigan. Authorities say they seem to have originated in Russia. You could tell the Russians are running out of ideas when they're trying to disrupt our elections now, using the same tricks kids in the 80s used to get out of PE. But the rest was not great. Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go. For healthcare, for our climate.
My life. This guy's a bitch. This guy is literally a big baby, and he's a big pussy ass bitch. Oh my god, bro. He isn't crying that another man won the election. I didn't cry when Joe Biden won or Obama won. This is crazy. This is a democratic system. America's a great country for a reason. This guy's crying. It was a bad night for women. Bro, no matter how much you cuck to women, bro, you ain't never gonna get laid. This guy looks like a pick-me. How this guy has a wife and kids is unbelievable. The only reason this guy has a wife and kids is because he's on TV, guys. He is the biggest pussy bitch I've ever seen in my life, bro. No man respects this man, bro.
This country go.
Really?
Last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go.
He starts crying after the immigrant. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Look at this big bitch, bro. Quit crying, you big pussy.
For healthcare, for
For healthcare, for our
For
climate.
healthcare and unemployment, it's amazing. He's actually raising the wages of the U.S. military. For science, Elon Musk is part of his flipping whole thing to reenact America, and Elon Musk is better than NASA, and Elon Musk is best friends with Donald Trump. What are you talking about? This is just completely emotional ridiculousness. This is like ridiculous, guys.
Journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet.
Bitch, bro, what? Hey, don't be a bitch and block my video now. If you guys block my video, I know what you're doing, bro.
Most of all, it was an absolute disaster of a night for Melania. But it was a really good night for Putin and for polio and for lovable billionaires like Elon Musk and the bros up in Silicon Valley and all the wriggling brainworms who sold what was left of their souls to bow down to Donald Trump. But you know what? I'm going to say something.
Nobody literally likes this guy, bro. What is he talking about? Putin, and what is he talking about, bro? Like, this is ridiculous.
Brainworms who sold what was left of their
souls to bow down to Donald Trump. But you know what? I'm going to say something that Trump would never say unless it favored him. The people voted, and this is the choice we made. In January, Donald Trump becomes president, and that's that. He won. Doesn't mean we give up, but it also doesn't mean we storm the Capitol because we don't like the result. And, you know...
Man, quit playing, bro. We don't storm the Capitol because we lost the result. I mean, this dude is a nerd. This dude is a Poindexter, bro.
I've been trying. I know a lot of people don't want to hear anything positive. I've been trying to come up with something positive. The best I can come up with is we've been through this once before, and yes, this time it is probably going to be worse, maybe a lot worse. But I also think that maybe
this guy's a clown. Do not worry, the beautiful people of America that love my stuff, that I love you guys. It's going to be good, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. This dude hopefully leaves his show.
We'll look back and realize that
in the long run, this is what we needed to wake us up. Maybe the people who care so much about him need to find out how little he cares about them. Now, all the promises he makes about stopping wars and imposing tariffs and how he's going to crush inflation and cut taxes, now he has to do this stuff. And I hope he does. I really do. I hope his next unpredictable act is to reach across the aisle and do something positive. He really does. The bar's low. He had
war. Like, Kamala Harris is in office. She couldn't end the war. Now Trump's going to try and end the war. Plain and simple, guys. People want that. And in the Middle East as well, hopefully, or at least a downgrade, right?
Has an opportunity to win us over.
Remember when he took office the first time? He started working on infrastructure with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi until the other Republicans say, hey, we don't do that. We don't work together. Maybe this time he'll shock us and actually do some productive things. He won't, probably, but he could. Or maybe the only good part of all this is he can't run again in 2028.
I think technically he can run again. For some reason, I think it was like some sort of a reason. I can't remember why. I mean, hopefully he does. And like I said, guys, I'm not the biggest Trump supporter, but it's a spiritual war, guys. This is a spiritual war. Same with the stuff in the Middle East. I'm a very spiritual guy. This is a spiritual war. You understand?
Maybe next time the Republicans will nominate an orangutan for president. Why not? At least make it fun. My only request to President-elect Trump is that he let me share a prison cell with Taylor Swift. I'm really good at making bracelets, and I think we'd get along just fine.
Good at making bracelets. Guys, this guy's the biggest bitch imaginable. I'm not showing anymore. His show sucks, bro. Jimmy Kimmel. Oh my god, I wish I could say the things I want to say about him, bro. I mean, the dude is he's just a woman, bro. And even women are far more masculine than this guy. Sorry, I actually insulted women there. This guy is a weasel, guys. I mean, he is just a weasel, bro. Bro, he will never become president. He's a weasel, bro. He's a spineless fool. I love you all. Drop a comment down below. I love you all so much. Stay free, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.